right, you bunch of freaking art-loving, story-hoarding nerds. Welcome to our deep dive into the fascinating world of graphic novels. Today, we're going to embark on a journey through time and panels. We'll explore the history, types, and some of the best graphic novels of the 20th century. We're talking about the heavy hitters, the game changers, the ones that made your mama proud. So, grab your reading glasses, your thinking caps, and maybe a snack or two, because this is going to be one epic adventure.
First up, we've got Art Spiegelman's masterpiece, Maus. This Pulitzer Prize-winning graphic novel tells the harrowing story of Spiegelman's parents' survival during the Holocaust, with Nazis depicted as cats and Jews as mice. Maus punched a hole through the wall, man. It showed the world that comics could tackle serious, complex issues with sensitivity and impact. Spiegelman's stark black and white artwork and unflinching narrative resonated with readers worldwide. Maus became a landmark achievement, paving the way for a new wave of graphic novelists to explore difficult themes and personal stories. Seriously, if you haven't read Maus yet, drop what you're doing and go get yourself a copy.
Next up, we're jetting off to Iran with Marjane Satrapi's Persepolis. This autobiographical graphic novel tells the story of Satrapi's childhood during the Iranian Revolution and the oppressive regime that followed. It's told from a child's perspective, which makes the political and social upheaval all the more poignant. Satrapi's simple yet evocative art style, with its bold black and white illustrations, perfectly captures the emotions and experiences of her younger self. The story is both personal and universal, highlighting the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Persepolis became an international sensation, opening a window into a culture and a time period often misunderstood by the West. It's a powerful reminder that behind every political headline, there are real people with real stories.
Hold on to your hats, kids, because we're entering the world of Watchmen. Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons' masterpiece redefined the superhero genre, turning it on its head and asking some seriously tough questions. Watchmen is a gritty, morally ambiguous deconstruction of the superhero archetype. It explores themes of power, corruption, and the nature of heroism in a Cold War setting that'll leave you wondering who the real heroes are. Moore's intricate plot, complex characters, and philosophical musings, combined with Gibbons' detailed artwork and innovative panel layouts, created a groundbreaking work that transcended the comic book medium. Watchmen proved that comics could be just as sophisticated and thought-provoking as any other art form. If you're looking for a superhero story that will challenge your expectations and leave you pondering the big questions, then Watchmen is your jam.
Chapter 4, Sandman Enter the Dreaming. Get ready to enter a world of dreams, nightmares, and endless possibilities with Neil Gaiman's Sandman. This epic saga weaves together mythology, folklore, and contemporary fiction into a tapestry of unparalleled imagination. It's a story about stories, about the power of dreams and the consequences of their absence. We follow Dream, aka Morpheus, one of the Endless, as he navigates his realm and grapples with his own flawed nature. Gaiman's lyrical writing style, combined with the breathtaking artwork of artists like Sam Keith, Mike Dringenberg, and Jill Thompson, creates a truly immersive and unforgettable reading experience. Sandman became a cult classic, praised for its originality, depth, and sheer scope. If you're ready to have your mind blown and your imagination ignited, then step into the dreaming and let Sandman take you on a journey you won't soon forget.
Chapter 5, A Seed is Planted Graphic Novels in the 19th Century. To truly appreciate the awesomeness that is the 20th century graphic novel scene, we got to rewind a bit back to the 19th century. Graphic novels weren't just some crazy idea cooked up in the 20th century. They have roots, man, roots. When we talk about 19th century graphic novels, we're talking about the early prototypes, the pioneers that paved the way. Think Rudolf Topfer's The Adventures of Obadiah Oldbuck, considered by many to be the first true comic album. Then there's Wilhelm Busch and his Max and Moritz, a series of illustrated stories about two mischievous boys getting up to all sorts of no good. These early comics were funny, engaging, and they proved that you could tell complex stories using both words and pictures. They showed the world that comics could be more than just simple gags and strips.
Chapter 6. From Pulp to Powerhouse. The 20th Century Graphic Novel Explosion. All right, strap in, because the 20th century is where things really start to heat up for graphic novels. This is when the medium explodes, man, transforming from simple pulp entertainment into a powerful force to be reckoned with. We're talking about the rise of the superhero, with Superman bursting onto the scene in 1938, kicking off the golden age of comics. Batman, Wonder Woman, Captain America, they all swooped in, captivating readers with their adventures and forever changing the face of pop culture. The 20th century also saw the birth of underground comics, a countercultural movement that challenged social norms and pushed the boundaries of what comics could be. Think Robert Crumb, Art Spiegelman, and the whole crew of artists who weren't afraid to get raw, political, and sometimes downright controversial. And let's not forget about the rise of independent comics in the 80s and 90s, with publishers like Fantagraphics and Drawn and Quarterly championing innovative and experimental work. The 20th century was a wild ride for graphic novels, a time of experimentation, evolution, and revolution.
All right, so here we are living in the future, man, the 21st century, and guess what? Graphic novels are still going strong. In fact, they're more diverse, more innovative, and more popular than ever before. We've got webcomics taking the world by storm, manga continuing to dominate the sales charts, and independent publishers pushing the boundaries of what comics can be. One of the coolest things about 21st century graphic novels is how they're tackling real-world issues head-on. We're seeing more and more stories about diversity, social justice, mental health, and the LGBTQ+ experience, told with sensitivity, humor, and a whole lot of heart. The artwork in today's graphic novels is simply breathtaking. Artists are constantly experimenting with new techniques and styles, pushing the boundaries of visual storytelling. The future of graphic novels is bright, man, and I, for one, can't wait to see what amazing stories and stunning artwork the next generation of creators will bring to the table.
Look, I'm gonna level with you. Superhero graphic novels. They're like the pizza of the comic book world. Always a good choice, even if it's not the most gourmet option. There's a reason they've been a staple for decades. They're just plain fun, man. I mean, who hasn't dreamt of soaring through the sky like Superman, or striking fear into the hearts of criminals like Batman? Superhero stories tap into our deepest desires for power, justice, and maybe even a little bit of spandex. But it's more than just escapism, right? Superhero graphic novels often explore complex themes of morality, responsibility, and the struggle between good and evil. So whether you're a die-hard fan of the classics, or a newcomer looking for a gateway into the world of comics, there's a superhero graphic novel out there waiting to sweep you off your feet.
All right, fantasy fans, this one's for you. If you're the kind of person who spends their days dreaming of far-off lands, mythical creatures, and epic quests, then fantasy graphic novels are your jam. This is where imagination reigns supreme, man. We're talking about stories that transport you to other realms where magic is real, dragons soar through the skies, and anything is possible. Fantasy graphic novels offer a chance to escape the mundane and embrace the extraordinary. They allow us to explore different cultures, delve into ancient myths, and confront our deepest fears and desires in a safe fictional setting. And the best part? There's a fantasy graphic novel out there for every taste, from high fantasy epics to whimsical fairy tales, from gritty sword and sorcery adventures to heartwarming coming-of-age stories. So grab your sword, polish your wand, and get ready to embark on an unforgettable journey into the heart of fantasy.
Okay, folks, it's time to get real, to talk about the graphic novels that make you feel things, the ones that punch you in the gut, tear at your heartstrings, and leave you thinking long after you've finished reading. Drama graphic novels are all about exploring the human condition, man. They tackle complex themes like love, loss, grief, betrayal, and redemption with honesty, raw emotion, and a whole lot of heart. These are the stories that stay with you. The ones that make you question your own beliefs, challenge your perspectives, and remind you that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope. So if you're looking for a graphic novel that will make you think, make you feel, and maybe even make you cry a little, it's okay, we've all been there, then dive into the world of drama graphic novels.
So, there you have it, my friends. A whirlwind tour through the history of graphic novels, from their humble beginnings to their current status as a major force in the world of storytelling. The world of graphic novels is vast and ever-expanding, with something to offer everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content like this. And be sure to let us know in the comments which graphic novel is your favorite. Until next time, keep on reading, keep on exploring,